EA Sports. All bye weeks now in the rear-view mirror. We are full speed ahead in the race for the postseason. Week 15 is underway on EA Sports. And he's brought down inside the 20 on an uneventful return. All right, let's get this show on the road. It is 1st and 10. Straight to the air they go. Forced out to his right. And he runs out of bounds a yard or two behind the line. Couldn't get all the way back. That's going to count as a sack.
He only lost a yard, but how many times do we see a team where just a yard or inches short on 4th down? Well, every little bit counts. He's got to just throw that one out of bounds. Don't run it out for the sack.
Back to the line they go. It's 2nd down. Back now, pressure on its way. Finds a seam down the middle. And he'll go down, and we'll say right at the 39-yard line. They managed 22 on the rip and a 1st down.
You know what I like about that, Kate? I like that they're not coming out slow. They're willing to go with some looks here that will yield big yardage down the field instead of just settling for dinking and dunking the ball.
Throwing from the gun here. Flush down now to his left. And he slides down with enough to pick up that 1st. They'll move the chains after that pickup of 12.
You know, Kate, back in the day, we had a slip and slide at practice for moments just like that. Actually practicing how to slide and get out of harm's way. Nice gain on the play. And denied that defense yet another chance to take a shot on him.
From midfield now. Makes the grab in bounds left side. He finds 37 yards on the play to move those chains.
I have loved this opening script. Aggressive, taking your shots. You know, the numbers tell you get an explosive play on a drive. In the NFL today, you're typically going to score. With that shot down the field, well, they're knocking on the door in the red zone.
What a spot for a big play, huh, Brock? It has him well into the red zone now with 1st and 10. From the red zone now. On the move, headed right. And that's cut in the end zone for the touchdown. These guys drop 80-plus yards and take a 6-0 lead. Extra point up and good from Bass. And his guys will jump out to a 7-0 lead. Sanchez has it all set for the kickoff. So new kickoff rules. This is going to come out to the 30, not the 25 on the touchback. Offense ready to begin this drive. 1st and 10. Sending a receiver left. McCarthy throwing right away. He puts some power on a deep one. That's complete inside the 35-yard line. They rip off a big chunk of field, and it sets them up with 1st and goal.
You know, Kay, we often talk about flipping the field in special teams, right? A kick return, a good punt. Well, an explosive play like that does the exact same thing. Look at the difference in field position By hitting on that shot, you've totally flipped the field and the tone of this drive.
First down from the red zone. Too far out of the back of the end zone it goes, incomplete. Thought he had a touchdown there. It's second and goal.
Just something off in the rhythm of their passing game on that one, Kate. Time to recalibrate and keep throwing it to get back on track.
A tight end in motion now. Now McCarthy. And the catch is made for the touchdown. These guys finish off their opening drive. So a touchdown on the board for them, Brock, as they start this game off a perfect 1-for-1 offensively.
Yeah, I'm going to call that scripting for success right there. Can't do it much better than that. And listen, when you script these first plays, you don't always know who the targets are going to be. It's really then relying upon what the defense is trying to take away. They couldn't take away that big old tight end.
Following the touchdown, they'll kick it back and see what the opposition has in store. On the return, here's Gibson. They get to him before that return can amount to much, just beyond the 15-yard line. They'll get this drive started. First and 10. Let's go. They'll come out throwing. He puts some air under this one, deep right. And they can't connect on the deep look. Still a couple of snaps to play with, though, here. We've got second down. Looking for his wide receiver there. So it's second down coming up.
60 Let's go now.
Shotgun snap, looking to throw. That's knocked away by a defender, incomplete. His first target doesn't lead to his first catch. So they're left facing third and long. Back to throw. He puts everything behind this one. Defender arrives right as the ball does, and the hit knocks it free, incomplete.
Well, that was almost one of those nice chunk plays you like to see in the NFL, Kate, before he was able to recover and provide the hit and ultimately dislodge the football. You like to see that physical edge and scrappiness to contest any kind of shot plays down the field.
No return on that punt. And they'll get ready to go on offense. First and 10, ball set up at the 48. Here's a give up the middle. And he drives this across midfield and down into enemy territory. He managed 6 on the play, bringing up second and 4.
That's a run that you'll take the result in the NFL every time. A nice play, a solid game, but it's also a run that you know and you may come back to. Because if you were that close to breaking off an explosive one, you really break the backs of a defense.
As his target, it's Johnny Wilson. Give him 13 on that play. And that'll be a first down.
I'm sure Coach, the play caller, doesn't mind making the job a little bit easier. You know, play calling's a lot simpler and easier when you count on the offense to move the chains on those early downs.
Ball at the 33 for first down. McCarthy operating from the pistol. He sends this one to the end zone. Ooh, put way too much on that one, Brock. Over the
You need to buy your receivers enough time to get open along their route, and your quarterback enough time to find and hit them with the throw. When the line doesn't hold up, incompletions follow.
McCarthy trying again on second down. Fits it through the middle. And he's brought down. They're going to mark him at the 14. That'll go for an 18-yard gain. And it'll give him a first down. Here's a handoff up the gut. And his charge towards the line, that's right around 3 yards.
I think one thing you learn, Kate, when you transition from college to the NFL, not every run is going to be a big play. Some of them, well, they're just destined to end in a minimal gain, and some of them will set up that critical play action for later.
From the shotgun, McCarthy. And the connection made in the end zone. Touchdown! These guys have taken the first quarter lead. That one not easy, Brock. Threading the needle there. There was a lot of traffic in the end zone, but he found his man.
Yeah, that was an ill-advised decision, but when you give your receiver a chance, that's what they love. And sometimes you just have to trust your guys are better than theirs.
They put a touchdown on the board, and now they'll send it away. On the return, here's Gibson. Only manages to get this back to the 20 before he's taken down. They're out and set, 1st and 10. Running for the first time with a Tennessee rookie. And not much doing, he stopped quickly. Offense in the hurry up here. Here we go, 2nd and 9. An all-around tough play for him. He took a shot on the release, and it definitely affected the throw. It's incomplete.
Well, that's one you chalk up to the pressure earning that incompletion. They came in before he could find a target, hit him, altered that last-second attempt to get rid of it.
No connection on the last play, and now it's 3rd down. Throwing now from the gun. Pocket isn't holding up. They're able to drop it. We've hit the end of one in this showdown. Another punt coming up for Rigoberto Sanchez. Kick is away and really up there trying to pin them deep. Fair catch is made, a yard or two short of midfield. So no return on that punt. And they're going to take over possession. First and 10 from a yard shy of midfield. Wilson on the slant. And he's short of the first after a mile gain.
That's what you call efficiency. Exactly what you're looking for in 1st down. Textbook. It sets up 2nd and very manageable, and then creates that space if you want to take a shot downfield.
And they catch up to him, but not until he's got a huge gain and a 1st down. They pick up 20 yards there, and they're going to have a 1st down. Oh, he taps it quick to the receiver coming across here. Juke the defender. He'll work it a couple of yards past the line. Christian Gonzalez getting there for the tackle. Only 2 yards, and it brings up 2nd and 8.
This is one of those real modest gains, Kate, that I like as a call. It's just a little more variety to your playbook. Makes that defense wonder. Those guys on the other side of the ball think a little bit. This dude's not just a receiver. He may get in the run game as well.
Second and 8. And he just got it away before the hit, but the pass winds up incomplete. It's going to be 3rd down.
That is a DB's best friend, pressure. That pressure earned that incompletion. They came in before he could find a target and hit him to alter that last-second attempt to get rid of it.
McCarthy throwing on third down. Complete beyond the marker. And they have this down to the 11 before being marked down. Pickup of 12 on that play. And that'll give them a first down. The give now out of the shotgun. And he's caught behind the line for a loss.
Well, he was supposed to be the one who chipped away a few and got a new set of downs started right in rhythm. Instead, he's now forced to pick himself from behind the line thanks to a great effort defensively.
Everyone's prepped. It's second down now. From the shotgun, McCarthy. Almost had 6, but can't find him in the end zone. Incomplete.
Yeah, that's one that's going to haunt him. There's just no question about it. A drop touchdown in the end zone. Now comes the mental toughness part of it. You got to flush that play quickly so you can make an impact later.
Third and long for him here. And he finds him in the end zone for the touchdown. Well, Brock, you know this better than most. Sometimes these dudes can be a quarterback's best friend, finding the tight end in the end zone for 6.
And it really has been that way for decades when you think about it, Kate. From John Mackey to Tony Gonzalez to Travis Kelce. The position can be such a mismatch when you're throwing for the end zone.
That one right down the middle. And these guys double their lead to 14. And after they reach the end zone, they'll kick it off and turn things over to the defense. On the return, here's Gibson. And the return sets them up just beyond their own 20. Drive starts out with a 1st and 10.
Trap 60, trap 60. Shut up.
Back to throw now. He puts some juice on a deep, big gain downfield. And he's into the end zone. Touchdown. Pass on for the extra point. And wow, Brock, this one is no good. He has been automatic so far this season, but for the first time here, he whiffs on that extra point. All right, that lead cut down to 8 after that score, and the kick is away. And it flies over the end zone and out of play. In the past, it's a touchback to the 25. The new rules starting this season, Brock, so it's now going to be at the 30. And the drive will start out with a 1st and 10. On play action now, McCarthy. He had it for a moment, but a great defensive play to jar it loose. Incomplete. This is a guy who's used to embracing contact, Brock. Usually makes catches in spite of it, but I guess it's tough for anybody to make a play every time.
Yeah, I think these tight ends today, Kate, spend as much time in the old ice bath as just about anybody. And when you don't make that catch and you take the contact, well, that stings like the first seconds in the ice.
That one is incomplete. Couldn't hang on through the contact. Unable to find Adonai Mitchell with that one. And that's going to leave him with a tough 3rd and long. Another look for him, Brock. And, hey, why not with the way he's playing so far? But this time, just couldn't hang on.
I think you'll see coordinators at times, Kate, get away from something that's working. I like that they go back to him. Make them defend him and stop him. They did that time. My hunch is they'll look for that receiver again today.
Hit arrived as the ball did to break things up. So that brings up 4th and long. Punter on now, and he gets into this one. So this one sails over the sideline, and they'll spot it where a touchback would go at the 20-yard line. Offense ready to begin this drive, 1st and 10. Here's a throw. And oh, someone stepped in. It's intercepted. J-Rob Kirsch has the INT. And they bring him down after the pick and decent return. Correct me if I'm wrong, partner, but I think it looked like that was his, actually the primary read on the play, but it's picked off before the ball could get there.
Kate, I don't think there's any question about it. You know, the college game is a game of scheme. The NFL game is a game of matchups. And that was a matchup that they wanted and worked on all week to get their running back in a one-on-one. Problem was, the defense was ready for it and took it away.
Big gainer here as he picks up 20. And that gives them the first. Out of the gun, they'll give it to him inside. And he's into the front for a gain of about 2. We are at the 2-minute warning. Eight yards to go. Let's see how they approach this 2nd down. Motioning the tight end now. Operating from the gun, it's McCarthy. Chased out to his right. And like an empty wrapper, he just throws that one away.
He did exactly what he was supposed to do on that play. Felt the pressure and escapes the pocket. After that, it's on somebody downfield to get open and give him a target. No one did, and he simply has to get rid of it.
Here he is on 3rd and long. Oh, no touchdown. It's intercepted. And a great return comes to an end with the tackle.
Well, that's it right there. That's the resilience and the mental toughness that every coach wants to see from his defense. Not a great spot for him. Backed up close enough that they're going to get shots taken in the end zone. But instead of collapsing under pressure, they rose up and they created the takeaway.
They'll get this drive started. 1st and 10. Interception last drive doesn't deter them. They're going right back to the air. Ooh, he got hit as he was throwing, and unsurprisingly, it falls incomplete. 2nd down coming up. He'll throw it. That one's cut along the left sideline. That goes as a gain of 25 yards and picks up the first.
You know, Kate, you'll find teams go to this crossing route concept sometimes a dozen times a game. A lot of times it's for shorter yardage. Sometimes things break in the right coverage for a much bigger impact play, just like that.
Let's see how they attack this 1st down, Brock, from the 43. They're throwing it. He's on the move. And he just gets rid of it. Knew he had a couple of plays left. Didn't want to take a risk there on 1st down.
You hear so many programs all around the league talk about it's all about the ball. It's all about the ball. Well, discretion, the better part of valor in a lot of cases. And right there, he understood it's all about the ball, and I'm not going to risk a turnover wisely, throwing it away.
And the defender redirects that deep shot. Nicely done. Incomplete. Trying to force one through there. And things look tougher now with 3rd and long.
You know, ball skills are not just a selling point for receivers entering the draft. Teams want defenders, especially in this day and age of the passing game, who can make plays on the ball too, especially on these deeper throws. He doesn't swat that one away. We could be looking at a huge game.
No luck finding his receiver that time. And that brings up 4th and long. Rigoberto Sanchez on the punt. And he's certainly been staying busy. Once again, he's out to punt and sends this flying. And little to nothing on that return as the coverage team gets to him. Big kick on that one, 62 yards. And they'll be backed up a good bit for this drive. They're out and set, 1st and 10. Looking to throw here and shake off that previous INT. Pocket isn't holding up. They're able to drop him. And the big play drives them backwards. 2nd down coming up.
Finally a rare win for them against this passing game, and a much-needed one to hopefully restore a little morale on that sidelines. 3 first-half touchdowns. They've been lit up like the 4th of July and really needed something that could be a foothold toward a little momentum before we get to halftime.
Now we're going to get an offensive timeout. That's their first. They'll have 2 left to work with before halftime. A new set of downs awaits them. Here's 1st and 10. Here's McCarthy to throw. Has him on the quick hitter. And that's good yardage with a new set of downs. Timeout taken by the offense, their 2nd. And they still have 1 in their pocket for what's left of this half.
That is what elite offenses are all about. Why worry about 3 downs when you need only 1? Move the chains in one play and keep driving that defense backwards.
Here's McCarthy, 1st and 10. Makes the grab in bounds left side. And he takes it inside the 35 before heading out. It's a 24-yard gash, and it gives them the 1st down.
Here we go, set. 18, 5 here.
Back to the air, McCarthy. This finds Mitchell complete. And they get this all the way down to the 16-yard line.
Okay, ready?
To the line we go. They're set, 1st and 10.
Let's go. Buffalo 18.
Working inside the red zone. Escapes the pocket. He's going to keep it this time.
Well, once a play breaks down, you're just looking for a running room. Just a little bit of room, just a little bit of air in the pocket. He found one of those 2, but the defense swarms towards him and denies him the other.
Eight yards to go. Let's see how they approach this 2nd down.
Let's go now. Let's take 19. Back to 60. Hey, smash. Go.
McCarthy throwing here. Has it at the back of the end zone, but the throw carries him out of bounds. It's incomplete.
Quarterbacks, well, they're a lot like sharpshooters in the NBA. Sometimes they're just going to miss. You've got to shake it off and keep on firing.
They'll throw on 3rd and long. And it's caught in the end zone. Touchdown. These guys will add to their lead at the end of the half. That gives him a mark of distinction for this season. He's now up to 40 touchdown passes this year, and it's part of one of the more impressive campaigns that we've seen from an NFL QB. You're good on the point after. And his guys lead by 15 now. Well, Brock, barring the touchback, this kickoff should run out the half, so better make that return good as it's away. And they won't return this, so with the new rules and because it hit in the landing zone first, the touchback will only come out to the 20. Here comes the final play of our first half.
18 Rattler. Here we go, here we go.
Looking to throw. Escapes out to the left. He's keeping it. He's got it. Looks like the feet are in bounds too. Oh, I don't believe it. That's halftime of this contest. We'll join both teams in taking a short break. More of the NFL on EA Sports in just a moment. Back from the break, I'm Kate Scott, joined by Brock Heward, and we are just moments away from the beginning of our second half. Sanchez has it all set for the kickoff. And that kick goes out of bounds. They're going to get great field position out of this. So march it forward after they accept the penalty. 1st and 10 from the 41. Right up the gut. And he's able to manage a couple on that run.
If there's ever a play we could call garden variety in the NFL, I think we just saw it right there. That's an uneventful run and a pretty sound stop there defensively.
McCarthy operating from the pistol. Finds him on the crossing route. They managed 22 on the rip and a first down.
I think my favorite part was the magic he worked after the catch. The way he took the completion and made so much more out of it by adding all the extra yardage.
The give for the first time to Rachaad White. And he gets absolutely popped to end that one. First down play, nets him 5. It's going to be 2nd and 5.
You gain that kind of yardage in the run game, and you're going to gain the trust of your offensive coordinator. Plays like that, runs like that, set the table for everything else in the playbook.
He finds space into the red zone. And he's all the way down to the 6-yard line. They rip off a big chunk of field, and it sets him up with 1st and goal.
Those outside runs so critical for running back, quarterback, O-line to hit their targets. They got a target area to expose that defense and make the most of it, and that offense just put on display some teaching tape for it.
They'll empty the backfield and motion him right. And he's in. Touchdown! These guys grow the lead coming out of halftime. It's an Adonai Mitchell touchdown. York now for the extra point. Extra point sent right down the middle. And these guys grow the lead now to 22 points. Now after the touchdown, they'll kick it back and see what the opposition can do. On the return, here's Gibson. And he's brought down inside the 20 on an uneventful return. Drive starts out with a 1st and 10.
19 tight. 19 tight.
They'll come out throwing. And there's a man there. It's intercepted. Benjamin St. Juste picks it off. And he adds some yards to the pick before they bring him down. Well, no doubt they envisioned that as the start of a second half push for the lead. But the defense, well, defense had other ideas, Brock, protecting their team's advantage and taking possession back on the first play of the series.
Not the way you needed to start the half if you were thinking comeback, but exactly the way to start the half if you're trying to take this lead and step on it. That's a defender who sensed the need for a splash play and delivers.
No progress on first down, and they'll bring up 2nd and 10. From the shotgun, McCarthy. And the cover just too good there. Didn't find a throw that he was confident in, so just throws it away. 3rd down coming up.
You know, in the NFL, offensive-minded teams will call it a perfect Friday. They don't want the ball to hit the ground once. And especially on these short to intermediate throws, you got to count on those being efficient and effective.
This has been a trend, yet another interception. And they limit the damage on the return, but it is still a turnover. Oh, man, Brock. They decided to air it out in pursuit of a touchdown that time, but it's intercepted, and the visit to the red zone comes up empty.
And that one stings, Kate. It really does. You have a limited opportunity that looks in that close, particularly as we get through the second half. The ones you get, you have to finish with points.
Toward the sideline, and he's got it. And they finally bring him down, but that is a big gain and a new set of downs. Pass play on 1st and 10. He beams one deep right side. Oh, brother, it's another interception.
I know he started to play as a defender, but gosh, he looked good, didn't he? Running it back, he looked like a receiver navigating on that return. The way he saw the field, he baited obstacles, and he chewed up yardage in the open space. It would make those offensive coaches and teammates proud. We've seen defensive players get touches on occasion, and I think he just gave himself.
They get it right back. That's intercepted. Picked off by Marlon Humphrey. Oh, my goodness, Brock. I don't think I've ever seen this back-to-back plays, and we've got back-to-back interceptions.
And I would be stunned here, Kate, floored, if we saw a third in a row right here. It might be the time to remind both of these offensive coordinators, you can run the ball, because these secondaries are locked in.
Trying to shake off the interception. He's looking to throw. Buys time, rolling right. Hits his running back. And he'll cross the 50 and start pushing onto the opposing side of the field. Moving quickly, trying to get set again. From just shy of midfield on 2nd down. Nearly intercepted. Ooh, he almost had it. Couldn't bring it in. Incomplete. That brings up 3rd down.
You feeling lucky? Well, do you? Well, he should, because quarterback got away with one right there. That was an easy pick dropped by the defense.
Last pass unsuccessful, and they have 3rd down here.
Here we go.
Throwing with a blitz on the way. Complete beyond the marker. And he's tackled with the 1st down yardage. Working quickly here. Throwing it again here. Roman Wilson reels it in. And he's out of bounds after reaching the 25-yard line. The end result there, 15 yards and a first. Still sticking with the passing game. Connects on the crosser. They get 19, and now they're going to have 1st and goal.
That's one of those plays, Kate, where every position on the offense gets a gold star. They all did their job, enough protection to allow the quarterback time to find his receiver, who went all the way from the right side of the field to the left side of the field to do some damage.
4 downs now to get in. Here's 1st and goal. And he's able to take this one in for the touchdown. These guys make them pay for turning it over. A lot of targets to pick from as they go for 2. He's throwing for it. And he goes down. The pressure gets home, and they will not take another 2 off that lead. Sanchez has it all set for the kickoff. So new kickoff rules. This is going to come out to the 30, not the 25 on the touchback. And the drive will start out with a 1st and 10.
19, driving, left wing 19. Back to 60.
They kick the running back in motion. Catch is made down the right sideline. And he's out of bounds past midfield. It's a gain of 21 yards to pick up that 1st down.
Nice to see that connection, that chemistry working between the two of them.
Throwing on 1st, it's McCarthy. Short pass brought in. And he gets leveled just before he reaches the marker, and that hit prevents a 1st down. So we're through 3. After a good pickup, they're set up with second and short. Operating from the gun, it's McCarthy. Put the body on the line for his team. They get 13 on the pickup, and they'll have first down. On play action now, McCarthy taking a shot deep down the field it goes. Taking the deep shot there on first down. Okay, no luck connecting. It's incomplete. So after the incompletion, here comes the second down call. Out of the shotgun, they'll give it to him inside. And he gets leveled just before he reaches the marker, and that hit prevents a first down.
Even though that run did not net them a first down, I can promise you this, Kate. I promise you. I know how it works. They're going to circle that one. They're going to remember that one. And when they need some key yards on the ground, they'll come back to that call later.
Battle coming up on 3rd and inches.
Here we go, set. 60 Eagle.
They'll go play action here. It's McCarthy. That's caught for the first. And in for the touchdown. Well, this machine has been firing on all cylinders this game, partner. And it continues firing as that lead grows yet again.
And those who've tried to get in the way of that machine you're talking about, namely the defense, well, they've paid the price over and over and over again.
York now for the extra point. The point after splits the uprights. And his guys stretch the lead to 23.
Our home team, 19.
Following the touchdown, they'll kick it back and see what the opposition has in store. So new kickoff rules. This is going to come out to the 30, not the 25 on the touchback.
At their own 30-yard line.
Offense ready to begin this drive. 1st and 10.
Come 19. Come. Let's go. 70 Rangers. 70 Rangers. Check go.
Looking to the air here. He put everything he had into this one. Brought in inside the 20. And he will take this in. Touchdown. These guys making the scoreboard look a touch better. Empty backfield now as they set up for 2. Now looking to throw. And the call to go for it not rewarded as the pass falls incomplete. Not really much of an avenue left for a comeback in this one, but they still have to try the onside kick here. And they recover this one without a problem. The onside attempt fails. And he'll have it down to the 44-yard line. They'll get this drive started. 1st and 10. From the shotgun, McCarthy. Finds him over the middle. And this one's worked down to the 33 before being stopped. Give him 11 yards, Brock, and a fresh set of downs. Ball at the 33 for first down.
Here we go.
Blown back in the backfield, and they give it to him. Oh, he gets clobbered behind the line.
This is one of those plays that I wish we had the huddle mic'd up, Kate, because I can assure you that offensive line in their own way is telling that running back, sorry, we did not give you any chance.
All right, here we go. 2nd down. Throwing from the gun. That's to his back. Here's Rachaad White. He makes it in for the touchdown. These guys put up even more points in a win. It's a Rachaad White touchdown. York tacks on that extra point. And these guys make it a 24-point ball game.
Our home team, 25.
They put a touchdown on the board, and now they'll send it away. So new kickoff rules. This is going to come out to the 30, not the 25 on the touchback. They're out and set. First and 10. They'll motion him out of the backfield. They'll throw to begin this drive. He's throwing deep to the left side. Oh, no, they get him yet again. Benjamin St-Juste picks it off.
4 picks, 1 game. Yeah, I get it. They've not all been his fault, but it isn't any easier to stomach. For the sake of his mental game, I think it's about time to limit things to short, easy passes or simply take him off this field altogether.
And they crush him right near the marker. It looks close, but yep, Brock, I think he safely got that first down before the hit.
That's pretty good right there now. You don't always expect a sizable gain when you run it on first down. You just want some yards to set up an easier second down play, but they will take that execution every time.
First and 10, here's McCarthy. Trying for the deep ball. It is caught at the 20. And stop me if you've heard this before, Brock. They've scored again, and they grow that lead further. These guys continue piling it on here in the 4th.